Hi everyone, good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. If you're just joining us, let me know where you're from. Welcome to the 10x Business Conference Pre-Conference Series 2025. This is Sunday Samuel. Please, if you can see me and you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. It's going to be an amazing session this evening, and I can't wait to get the show on the road. Fantastic. Hi, Gideon. Good evening. Welcome. So, in a few minutes, our speaker is going to be joining us for today's session, and I've been in communications with her, and she is amazing. I can't wait to bring her on stage. This is 10x Business Conference, a business sales and growth conference that's focused on giving you battle-tested systems, strategies, and structure for predictable, profitable, and sustainable growth in life and business. And today, we're going to be having Queen Esther. Queen Esther is an entrepreneur I got to meet in my own journey. She's going to share her journey today. And the goal for today's session is for you to learn from her directly, from somebody who has been, not even who has been, who is in the trenches. She runs several businesses, and I can't wait to for her to share her story. I heard her story, and I thought it was really amazing, and there's going to be so much for us to learn from. In a moment, we're going to be bringing her up, but I need to be sure that we're ready to receive her this evening. So she'll be joining us in a minute, but just before then, how many of you are excited about today's session? Just let me know in the comments. Our speaker is getting settled in. Fantastic. So if you're just joining us, I want to know where you're joining us from. While I try to bring up our speaker, she is having a little technical difficulty. Okay. Okay. She's supposed to understand. Hi, welcome, welcome. Uh, So to those who are just joining us, welcome. Our speaker is having a little difficulty to join technically, so I want to quickly help sort that, but we'll be live in a moment. Okay, our speaker is here now, and she is ready to take us away. I'm going to be inviting her on stage right about now, and we're just going to have a few conversation before I give her the full stage. Hi, hi,
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Good evening. It's
good
great to
evening.
be here.
How are you? Honor to have you. How are you today?
I'm awesome. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this.
I'm
So
sorry, it's raining heavily here, but I hope you can hear me. Can everyone
yes,
hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you too.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome. So I'm about to take us away. So before we just want to say ask. We would love for you to just do a quick introduction to yourself and what you do, and what's your story. What's your story like? That's me. How did you get into it? What did you do?
Okay, I'm sure I'm having some glitches here, but I think we should just roll. So, my name is Bolebi Esther Opokori, and I'm also known as Queen Esther. I am a lawyer.
Yes,
Yes, Queen Esther. I am a lawyer. I'm a decorator and an event planner. I own a premium event venue. I'm also into the production of 100% natural juices.
wow,
You can call me a serial entrepreneur.
wow.
I'm a coach, and just recently I wrote a book. So, an author. And it's great to
Congratulations.
be
That's
here.
amazing. Thank you so much. We're honored to have you. So what has your journey looked like in summary? Before you take it away, just what has it looked like in summary? Where did it start from? How did it start? And then, how's the journey been so far?
Okay, so talking about my entrepreneurial journey is something I really love because I know that by the time I'm done speaking, someone is already always encouraged. Um, and another thing is, I looked for people to encourage me when I was starting. So I started business at the tender age of 19.
Wow.
I've been an entrepreneur for 18 solid years. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to give motivational speeches. I want to speak from my heart, personal experiences. It has been a journey of ups and downs.
Hmm.
It's not just been smooth all through, you see. And some of the lessons I want to share are the things that have kept me in business, right? So I was in university and I found out that Every time there's an event, I'm never in front of the scenes. I'm never in pictures. People never even realize that I was there. Why? Because I was always behind the scenes. I couldn't just sit in one place while things were going wrong. Okay, so gradually, everyone around me started calling me for their events. My aunties, cousins, oh, come and make things happen. Oh, come and sort this for us. And because it came natural to me, I just enjoyed doing it. But you see, at some point, I realized that passion was never enough. If you have passion for something, you develop it if you really want it to turn into a profitable business. So I sat down to think and I had deep thoughts and realized that this could be a business venture. I was in 400 level in law school, in university, studying law. And then I had my first job. It was a wedding. The couple today, they're 18 years married. They call me every year like, Bolo, we see what you're doing, we see how far you've gone, and we're just happy that we believed in you enough. So I put this thing together and said, I can do it. First of all, as a business person, you should always have that belief in yourself. I don't think people will believe in you if you don't first believe in yourself. So I started becoming intentional about my business. But I'll tell you that for the first 5 years, I kept on getting it wrong. It wasn't easy. I kept on making mistakes. And then I realized that if I was going to go far in what I was doing, I needed to look for people that were doing what I was doing and succeeding. Back then, there was no social media, but we had Ovation magazines. I would go buy every episode of Ovation and keep flipping through, reading and researching. We weren't using Google so much, but I was looking for a mentor, someone to teach me, someone I could learn from, you know. And almost everyone I went to told me, no, if I teach you, you would easily become my competition. So I had to learn the hard way. Boy, I learned the hard way. I mean, from my mistakes, right? I had to research, I had to read, I had to study, I had to put in the effort to see that I become better at what I was doing. So, first thing I said is believe in yourself. The second thing I said is value what you have, value what you carry, and then be intentional. So, I like to say that, you see, 10x growth is not something that is automatic. Okay, it takes intentionality, it takes deliberate effort, right, to leave where you are to where you want to be. So you have to pay the required attention. I always say it, the principle of growth is attention. If you're not paying attention to what you are doing, if you're not paying attention to the little details of your business, there's no way you're making 10x growth. You would continue to remain at the same place, at the same position that you have been. So I encourage you today to not just desire 10x growth in your head, but begin to pay the required attention. And that brings me to the little lessons I want to talk about. Firstly, I like to say set ambitious goals. Now, I found out that the world today, not everyone will encourage you when you talk about the big things that you have in your head. And they don't need to. First, you have to encourage yourself. So set ambitious goals, goals that are not just big, but goals that are achievable. Ask yourself the question, what does 10x growth mean for my business? For some people, it means doubling your revenue. For some people, it means 10x growth means doubling your revenue. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm so sorry about that glitch.
Yes, we can see and we can hear you. You can go on. Oh my God, she's gone again. This small peace of mind I'm having now. This is the one.
You know where I'm coming from, like you can
Okay.
say, like no come like this, you swear.
But that's where now. So yeah, owing me. Okay.
Okay, I think I'm back. So I was talking about setting ambitious goals, goals that would mean growth for your business. And I said that for some people, 10x growth is increasing your revenue, while for others, it's expanding your customer base. For others, it may be entering new markets. But whatever your goals are, they need to be smart, meaning they should be specific, they should be measurable, they should be achievable. So when I say set ambitious goals, I'm not telling you to plan to have a salon in Mars, for instance. It should be an achievable goal, right? And then it should be relevant in the scheme of things in the present day. Is it something that is relevant, important, necessary, useful? Not that you say you want to have a you want to achieve something, but then when you check it, it's irrelevant, or it's something that would have been relevant 10 years ago, not in this present age, because the world we see is constantly changing. And lastly, it must be time bound, so you are able to say, okay, within the next 3 years, within the next 5 years, this is the growth that I want to achieve. So, and then to be able to achieve it, it doesn't end in your head. You need to write it down. You need to track your progress. Okay, last year we did this. This year we're doing this. Yes, we're making progress. We're growing. We're getting better. And then you make adjustments as needed as time goes. Okay, so your goals largely depend on your vision for your brand. What is that image that you have been seeing, or that you saw even before you started? That currently you can say, oh, I'm not there yet, but I am getting there. You have to do more to get more. That's the honest truth. It's a principle of, like, you can't do less and expect more results. And I mean that in terms of the effort, the attention that you pay, the intentionality. I like to always say this: fortune favors the bold. You need to be audacious. So, setting ambitious goals is your first step to getting that 10x growth that you desire. It's a lesson that I personally learned. I'll give you a story. So, as a lawyer, I stumbled upon natural juicing, and then I was doing it specifically for myself. Okay, I had some health issues, and I said, why not go this route? Natural. I read one or two books, had a friend have conversations with me, and I started doing it. I saw so much improvement in my health and in the health of my family that one day I sat down and said, what if this is a business? What if I can give healthy juice options to busy people who can afford it? And they don't only have better lives, healthier lives, but I make money off it. It was an ambitious goal. For starters, I don't have any history in agric biology. I'm a lawyer, and then I've been doing events. But I thought about it too. In the events that I host, I could give my clients healthier options Instead of serving them carbonated drinks, I could educate them on the benefits of natural juices and serve it like cocktails, in dispensers and all that. It was ambitious. And that thought came because I noticed I was having frequent visitors. Why? I had started juicing. They would come and say, "Oh, the tiger nuts, oh, the carrots." And I'm like, I didn't used to have visitors as much. You see, that ambitious goal led to a business that was able to win an international award in 2019. How did that award come about? I had this call from Shell. "Oh, we're doing this program. Come on board." I was scared. I felt I hadn't done enough yet. But then they spoke to me and told myself, I can do this. And I registered for a competition that is called Top 10 Innovators in 2019. It was quite tough because they wanted to see what the extra things your business was doing, not just you're producing a product, putting it on the shelf and making money, but tell us, show us what effect does it have on the planet? What effect does it have on the people? Right? What changes? What are the things, the difference? What is different about your juice? And I told myself, okay, I give myself 1 month. I sat down, I paid the attention. I did not just win that competition, I came second globally in agriculture category. I'm talking about a lawyer, no prior knowledge or understanding or background rather, in agric and biology. Again, I say the principle of growth is attention, which takes me to my second point, my second lesson. While doing business, I discovered that it is important to identify your unique value proposition. I talked a little about it. What is it that makes your business different? What is the value that you bring? What is it that your customers benefit that they are not benefiting from the next person doing exactly the same business that you are doing? You have to identify it. If you are not able to identify it, then you have to introduce one, develop and introduce one. For some businesses, it's more than one. Something unique to you. I call it unique value proposition. Now, when you have identified it, you don't stop there. You leverage it, meaning you use it to grow. I'll give you another example. Um, so, as an event decorator and an event planner, there's several others, right? They're everywhere. So something must make my service stand out from the services of others, right? I sat down to think about it and I discovered that if I knew the purpose, the reason why I was doing this business beyond profit, I'll be able to attract and keep my customer base. So I started searching into why. Why am I doing this? And the truth is, every truly meaningful growth starts with the question why. If you have not been able to answer that question why, you can't grow. So 10x growth doesn't come when you're just doing something and then you are not intentional about what that business you're doing is serving to the people, to the customers that patronize you. 10x growth doesn't come when all you are after is profitability. All you are after is what you are getting from the people. As a matter of fact, all of us as human beings, we were created to give. So whether you like it or not, you are giving. Whether you're intentional about it or not, you are giving something. Some people are giving bad vibes. Every time you come in contact with their business, all you get is bad vibes and it keeps pushing customers away. You can't go that way. You can't go that way. Um, for instance, let me give an example. Nike. So Nike has a sign, good. and then it tells you just do it. So Nike is not just selling sports wears. What makes someone buy a Nike shoe and not buy the other designer? Because the first thing that comes to their mind when they see a Nike shoe is possibilities. So, yes, I can do it, right? And they see good, something that is saying good. The sign alone tells you good, not bad. And in a world that is filled with so much negatives, that just brightens you up, you know. And a lot of people go to buy this sportswear maybe to lose weight, to get healthier and fitter. And then somebody is selling not just a shoe, but selling something beyond it. They're selling possibilities. Now, for my business, I sat down to think about it and I realized that the experience my customers, my clients go back with is more important and more valuable than the money that I make off them. So I started putting in more effort to make sure that my customers, my clients went back with a better, beautiful experience. And I can't tell you for a fact that that differentiated me from the crowd. So I started having a whole lot of repeat clients where someone will come do an event, their sister will come, their brother will come. When a parent of them dies, they would come. And then they keep telling me, Esther, you are like family. Now, I want you to know that when dealing in your business, there's what is called the functional benefits your clients get from your business. And then that functional benefit is as a result of the transaction. You're doing business. Okay, I give you a service, I sell you a product. Now, beyond that functional benefits, beyond that transaction, what else does your clients get from you? Are there emotional benefits? Are there relational benefits? I put that into my business and I saw it helped me scale. So I'm encouraging you, advising you, don't be transactional about your business. Let there be relation in it. Let the client feel warmed, feel valued. It will help you grow in business. Clients would want to stay. You'll be able to have repeat clients, which can help you have a sustainable business. Another area, another area I'd like to talk about is action, focusing on high leverage actions and activities. So for some of us, some of our businesses, we just do the things that we see others do. But it's important to note that action is the foundational key to all success. Pablo Picasso said it. It's the foundational key to all success. You can't keep thinking, you need to act. Now, not just acting, but on high leverage activities. Not all activities are created equally. You have to focus on the ones that give you greater impact, right? Impact on growth, such as your sales. How is your sales translating? Such as marketing, such as product development. If you are paying attention to high leveraging activities, your business will grow. Learn to eliminate or delegate tasks that don't contribute directly to your growth and prioritize those that do. I also learned that the hard way. I physically used to, when I started doing events, I physically used to do decor. And then I realized that it's drained me, took so much time from me, and needed to start replicating myself. I needed to start teaching people to be as good as I am so that while they were working, I could pay attention to the other aspects of my business that could help me grow. Some of us, we don't know how to delegate. We have this perfectionist mindset. You send someone to do something, you keep micromanaging them, and it's because you have not trained them properly. Which brings me to, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Which brings me to another point, which is, sorry, my inverter just went off. Which brings me to another point, which is building a strong team. So for you to have that 10x growth, you need to focus on building a strong team, right? You can't achieve 10x growth alone. It's not possible. When I talk about building a strong team, talented individuals, people of like mind, people who you can share your vision with and they can share in your vision, people that are committed to driving growth, right? Hire people who are passionate about your business. That is why when you see some adverts, they tell you experience in this is an added advantage, right? Adverts for hiring staff because they need people who not just want to come and earn a living, but people who are passionate about that type of business, right? So once you get someone passionate about the business, then you can begin to empower them. You can begin to empower them to make decisions and take ownership of their work. I always say this: train people, invest in people, because it will benefit your business immensely. I had some friends that will tell me, no, you're training your staff too much. You're telling them the secrets behind several things that you do. I mean, there are some things that only you should do, but I can't be everywhere and I can have more than one event at a time. I need to have someone as good as I am to be able to replicate the standards that my business stands for. And truly, if you think about it, the value of our knowledge multiplies when we share what we know with others. You become an authority figure in that business of yours if you are willing to share. Hoarding knowledge never helped anybody. Most of us learned these things that we do, we learned from people. The thing that will take you from the point where you are to the point where you want to be, you most likely would have learned from someone while doing personal development. Sometimes a book you read, sometimes a class you paid for. So train people, build people. Simeon Sinek said 100% of employees are people, 100% of customers are people, 100% of investors are people. So if you do not understand people, you do not understand business. I'll give you an example. So about 16 years ago, while I realized that I couldn't do this alone, I started trying to build a team. I went to a boutique and then I saw this young man. He walked up to me. The next shop to that boutique was where I was going to hire decor stuff. He walked up to me and says, "Oh, ma, please, I do videos for weddings and events. I see that you do decor and event management. I would like to always come and cover for you." I said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm a sales boy." I asked him, "Don't you want to go to school?" He said he wants to go to school, but there's no one to train him. So he rather sells. I said, "And you're selling female clothes. If you do videos, it means you are a creative. How about learning decoration?" He said, "Well, he thinks it's something he can learn because he's open to learning, but there's nobody to teach him." I said, "Come, I'll teach you." Today, that young man is an accountant. He works in the Ministry of Finance, but he has not left Deco by Quenesta. Why? Somebody believed in him enough to train him. When he graduated, I told him, it's high time you left us. You've been here for so long. And he says, no, I'm not going anywhere. Who sees something that is good and leaves it? This business of yours built me, ma. And the only way I can repay is to continue to be here. I said, no. I look forward to you having a business like this of your own. It will give me pride. Why? Because it is important to invest in people. So build a strong team. I said that example because the better your people get, the better results you have in your business. Don't think, oh, they become so knowledgeable. No. As a matter of fact, I even have a system in place where if you are leading us, you are training the next set of people that are coming. And after that young man came several others. I can't count them, more than 15. They're all graduates. So it even became part of our business model. People come in as undergraduates, they learn as apprentices. While learning, we are paying them to learn. That's the value we put on our people. And that has helped the business really grow. Another thing another lesson I would like to drop with us today is develop a scalable business model. What I was doing when I started initially, I found out that it was not scalable. Not every business is scalable. A scalable business model is essential for 10x growth. Is very, very important. And when I say develop a scalable business model, I mean you may not be able to do it yourself. What's a scalable business? A scalable business is a business design or a business model that can support rapid growth without sacrificing profitability. What that means is that you are growing, but your profitability is increasing, not reducing. Now, for decor, I found out that it's not such a very scalable business. And so I started doing event planning, right? A business that goes hand in hand with doing decor. I started doing natural fruit juices. By the grace of God, a year ago, I also opened an event center. You must be able to build a scalable business model, and you could seek the advice of consultants. You can't do it alone. To be able to structure that business properly, structuring it to the extent that you are able to streamline processes, you have SOPs, things are easier done. While onboarding, people understand their roles, right? And then automating tasks. Not everything has to be done by a human being. Automating tasks and also sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. I've been talking for a while. I wish I could see a comment, see. Oh, yes, I can.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, ma.
Okay, I'm back on. So I was talking about developing a scalable business model. I know my time is up. A lot of things determine the scalability of your business. First of all, what's that business idea in the first place? What's the market demand? What's the supply chain like? What's your financial structure? That's why I said not all businesses are scalable. If your business profit margin is greater than 50%, your business is scalable. If your business requires fewer staff as you increase your productivity, your business is scalable. You ask questions like, are you able to highly automate your process? Investors, venture capitalists, banks, they love companies that are scalable. Nobody will give money to a business that they do not see a trajectory of growth. They cannot predict that, oh, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, this business will do well. In fact, when we started the juicing company, we even had the government call us once we won that competition I was talking about to say, how can we help? What can we do? Why? They saw that the business was scalable. So, events management is a scalable business. It's a business that can grow so fast. I can't say 100% for the core. Yet there are structures that you will put in place that would make sure that that business is sustainable. Not to waste so much time. Another lesson I learned along the way is to stay adaptable and agile. Why? Because change is a constant thing. My business has seen seasons, and I find out that I always have to adapt, right? So because the business landscape is such that it's always constantly changing, you have to stay adaptable and agile. You should be willing to pivot, you should be willing to adjust your strategy as needed. Tell yourself the truth. Check your books, know your numbers, know whether or not your business is doing well, and be ready to adapt to new technologies, to changing markets. You can even shift your focus to new areas for you to have that 10x growth. I said that because remember 2020, some businesses died a permanent death because of COVID-19. Their owners could not adapt. Innovation and adaptability, improvement, it should be on a constant. In fact, when people ask me one of the secrets to the reason why I still am in business, I tell them consistency, because I'm continuously innovating, I'm continuously developing myself, I'm continuously trying to improve myself, my business, my processes, and my staff. You cannot have 10x growth if you are not ready to adapt, to change, to adjust, which learning, unlearning, and relearning. There are things you knew 5 years ago, they are no longer relevant. You need to relearn. You need to unlearn some of those processes and update your services. Innovation is the key to staying ahead of competition. Everybody is doing it. So you must be able to innovate. You must be able to think, adapt, adjust. It's one key secret that anyone that has become truly a success always tells you they apply. You have to continuously innovate and improve your processes, your products, and your services. It might involve even investing in research development. That thing that you are doing, there is a better version of it. That's what growth is. There is a better version of it. So you need to seek feedback from customers. Oh, that part. I learned the hard way too. You know, it's very easy for you to give a service and then feel that you have delivered. But take the courage, get feedback from your client. Now, after getting feedback from your client, don't stop there. Work on it. Always be ready and open to accept constructive criticism. You are not the best yet, but you can be. The reason your client maybe giving that feedback may not be something that you see or you agree with immediately, but feedbacks are one of the secret weapons that businesses that have become true successes always use. They are. When a client tells you candidly, I loved this, this, and this, but this part of your service, I didn't like it. That is the part that you and your staff need to work on. So you go back home and you review. You go back to the drawing board. How can we do better in this part of our service? Every client wants to take that business, that organization, that service provider that they can see that are improving themselves, right? So you can't remain the same way you were 3 years ago and expect 10x growth. That's not possible. In fact, I tell people that entrepreneurship is a journey, it's not a destination. You constantly have to innovate, have to grow, have to develop, have to be better. Okay. Now, another one is building strategic partnerships. Build strategic partnerships. This has worked for me. A lot of people call it networking. These strategic markets, they can help you access new markets. They can help you with technology or expertise. Think about it, be strategic about it. You mustn't partner with everybody, but there is that business, there's that organization, there's that person that can take your business to the next level. You may not just have been paying enough attention, you may not just have been checking properly. That's why I said strategic partnerships that will take you to the next level. Collaborate with other businesses and organizations to drive growth so you can improve your efficiency and enhance what it is that you offer. Like for me, I was doing just decor, but I found that I can collaborate with other vendors. And while clients come to them for the services that they offer, they are referring me. And I also promise to do the same. So we're growing together. Do you know one secret I found out? Competition happens at the bottom. That's the truth. It's businesses that will never scale, that will never experience 10x growth, that are in that zone of competition. The people at the top, do you know what they are doing? They are collaborating. Those people that you admire, that you want to be like, they are collaborating for growth. So collaboration is very important. Network. The last lesson I would like to give, the last lesson that has helped me on my entrepreneurial journey, is staying focused. Focused on the customer. Why did I say so? I am doing my business for my clients. I am doing my business to offer a service to my clients. Without my clients, I wouldn't be in business. Without these people that patronize me, I wouldn't be in business. So I need to prioritize their needs. I need to prioritize their needs. Put it as a high priority in the things that I do. So I must consider them. I must consider their preferences to drive growth and loyalty. And that's why I talked about accepting constructive criticism, improving customer service, gathering feedbacks from them, developing products and services that meet emerging needs. Sometimes you never thought of a business, you never thought of an idea, you never thought of something that you could add to that business that you do. But a client comes and suggests, I would truly appreciate it if you were the one that did this, and this for me. That was how I started events planning, because I would do my decor and I found a gap, a loop, a vacuum. When I'm done doing decor, there was nobody to hand over the call to, nobody to call and follow up on who was bringing cake, who was providing ushers, when the bouncers were to come. And then I saw a need. So, because I do my business relationally, not transactionally, I was always filling in that gap. So then it occurred to me that I needed to start suggesting this to my clients. And gradually, they were willing to pay. So I had to go upgrade my knowledge so I can be able to not just provide decor services, but be able to plan an event for them, and then be able to even physically coordinate wherever they are, they are at peace, their minds are at rest, knowing that somebody is in charge, making sure that their event doesn't flop. So I'll conclude by saying 10x growth requires a strategic approach. You must be willing to adapt. You must be intentional. It doesn't happen by accident. No, it doesn't. Um, Focus on your customers. I've said a lot of things. Continuously innovate and improve. You have to stay adaptable. You cannot remain the same way you were, right? I didn't talk about something important. I'll round up by saying that data is very important when when you want to make decisions. It is important that you make informed decisions. Some of us, we do businesses, we don't keep data, we don't keep proper records. It is important to measure and track your key performance indicators. They are called KPIs. For you to achieve 10x growth, you must measure and track your KPIs. What are those KPIs that are relevant to your business? Revenue growth, customer acquisition, customer satisfaction. Are you tracking it? Are you keeping the data? Use this data to adjust your strategy, because sometimes it is not working. That thing you think is correct is not working. When you keep KPIs, you are able to track it and see, no, this thing, our customer satisfaction is reducing. We need to do better. And you go back to the drawing board, you go back to your strategy, right? So you use those data to adjust your strategy, optimize your operations, and then drive growth. I think I've been able to do justice, sharing my experience and then lessons that have helped me experience growth in my business. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, hello. I'm open to questions.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was an amazing session. I learned so much. I had to tell all my team members here, like this is fire. Thank you so much for that particular session. One of the things that stood out for me is that you
Sorry,
have
I
to be
can't hear
open
you.
to feedback. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, please?
Yes, yes, I'm good. Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. So I want to really, really thank you. One of the things that stood out for me is
Yes, I
about
can
one
hear you.
being open to feedback is one of the things that can serve as a foundation for exponential growth. The ability to intentionally ask for feedback so that you can do better, whatever it is you have been doing, in a way that satisfies your customer or your client more and helps you, better the relationship generally. Thank you so much for sharing, by the way. I'm also seeing a lot
You're
of thank
welcome.
yous in
Thank you for
the
having me.
comments. On behalf of all of us, I want to say thank you so much for accepting and making time for this, because I know you've been here up and about and you just came in listening and you still had to make time for this. We're really, really grateful. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, man. I'm really grateful.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much. How was today's session for you? Um, I have my notes full, and my I think I'm going to lose some sleep tonight. It's one thing to be out, trying to build on your own, and it's another thing to hear from somebody who has achieved the kind of results you are looking to get. And it's telling you some of the things you can apply for near instant results. And I think for me, that's really, really valuable. And I hope that you found this session as valuable as I have found it. My name is Sunday Samuel. I'm the convener of the 10X Business Conference that's happening from the 3rd to the 5th of April in Abuja. And we put together a lineup of stellar speakers. And if you go to our pages on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok, you're going to see other information about the conference. This is just another part of our pre-conference series. I think we're going to be having another one on Thursday, and then we're going to also be having it every weekend leading to the conference. We're going to be bringing together a lineup of speakers who are going to be sharing their journeys and giving you practical strategies for predictable and profitable life and business growth with unstoppable confidence. I look forward to seeing everyone next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Good night.